Hello guys, welcome to our new movie recap channel. I've got a surprise for you waiting at the end of this video, so make sure you watch till the end. The movie begins with youngest and sharpest agent North Korea has got. Not only is he handsome, but he's also totally decisive when he makes a move. Not long ago, Kang Dae just transferred into a high school in South Korea. But right after he introduced himself, the students in the class below him started laughing at him. That's just because the name Kang Dae sounds old-fashioned and lame. Even the homeroom teacher thought the same thing. The teacher then told him to sit in the corner of the classroom. He had no clue that this transfer student wasn't there to study. He was there to hide his identity as a North Korean agent. Since his father tragically died on a mission, the agent job in South Korea was passed down to him. At first, as a transfer student, he wanted to keep his identity on the down low. Who would have thought that right after school let out, the bullies would gather around and surround him? They wanted to mess with him, but they also used the chance to collect protection money from their classmate, Lee Hai. Right after that, they put their hands on Kang Dae's shoulder, but he didn't want to pay any attention to this guy at all. Seeing that Woo Tae didn't get any respect, he stopped being nice. So he angrily challenges Kang Dae to a one-on-one fight on the roof. As soon as they get to the roof, Woo Tae punches Kang Dae right in the face without saying a word. Even though Kang Dae's lip starts bleeding, at this moment, one of the henchmen starts searching all over Kang Dae's body. He hands the wallet he finds to Woo Tae. Woo Tae opens the wallet and sees that this lame kid actually has a lot of money. This gets them super hyped. Then Woo Tae pulls out a picture of Kang Dae and two other people. The other two people are his father and his little sister. But now his father has been killed, and only he and his sister are left. Woo Tae looks like a scumbag and mocks Kang Dae's sister's appearance. Kang Dae didn't expect his sister to be his weak spot, but he still tries to hold back and takes the picture back. He seriously warns Woo Tae that since he took the money, he should just quit while he's ahead. Seeing that Kang Dae still dares to talk back, Woo Tae gets mad again. Luckily, the homeroom teacher shows up at that moment. This stops the whole thing from going any further. Not wanting to cause trouble, Kang Dae puts the picture in his pocket, but this makes Woo Tae absolutely hate him. The next day when they get to class, the practical homeroom teacher asks the students to hand over their phones. He says if anyone steals, he's gonna beat the crap out of them. The teacher sees that some people still ain't listening. He deals with it directly. He makes everyone stay after school to wipe the windows. But when it's time for school to end, Woo Tae and his crew pull some dirty tricks. They make everyone else go home. They only keep Kang Dae and Lee Hai. Even though Kang Dae is getting screwed over, he still quietly takes it. While she's cleaning the window, Lee Hai secretly glances at him. She can't help but feel warm inside about the new transfer student. As for Kang Dae, finishing the organization's mission is the most important thing. Sure enough, that night when he gets home, he gets a package sent by the organization. This mission requires him to take out a North Korean agent who betrayed them. There's one traitor agent named Park In who has been killing several hidden countrymen. This guy is super skilled. You could say he's extremely cruel. The urgent thing is that they gotta get rid of this guy fast. Kang gets the mission, so he starts moving that night. Based on the organization's hint, he first goes to a countryman's lottery store. He walks in and says a secret code phrase. The owner immediately gets the message. He smoothly prints out a lottery ticket and gives him a phone. Kang Dae follows the instructions step by step. Then he goes to a fake bakery, pretending to buy a cake. After he says the secret code phrase, the bakery owner hears it and immediately understands. In no time, he gives him the finished cake. Kang Dae uses his bare hands to take out the gun inside. He pours out 30 bullets and loads it up. The next day, during lunch break at school, he goes to the contact point. As soon as the door opens, Kang Dae doesn't say much and quickly makes his move. A smooth series of moves easily beats the crap out of the boxing gym owner. The guy ain't having it. He tries to grab him and fight back. The result is that in the next second, Kang Dae easily stops him with a different set of moves. But Kang Dae ain't in a hurry to finish him off. He pressures him to find out where Park In is. The guy tries to be tough at first. Kang Dae doesn't waste time talking. He fires one shot right into the guy's thigh. Then he pressures him again about Park In's location. Under the threat of the gun, the guy has no choice but to spill the beans on Park In. He says a butcher once met him. Then, as he talks, he moves to the side. He falls to the ground. He grabs a chair and swings it at Kang Dae. Right after that, he picks up a fruit knife. And after Kang Dae gets the info he needs, He completely finishes off the guy. This is also the first time Kang-dae has ever killed someone. Kang-dae goes back to school that afternoon. He didn't expect to see his deskmate, Lee-hye, getting bullied as soon as he walks through the door. The bullies carelessly throw trash at Lee-hye. As they throw it, they order her to clean the whole mess up. Kang-dae really can't stand seeing Lee-hye suffer all by herself, so he walks over and starts helping her clean up without being asked. Seeing this transfer student risking it all to save the pretty girl, the bullies openly mock the two of them even more. They call him a couple of cheaters. Kang doesn't fight back. He just quietly picks up the trash on the ground. This scene also makes Lee-hye feel something for him. In the afternoon biology class, Kang-dae is still distracted by the killing. The teacher sees that he's still spaced out. He immediately calls him to stand up and answer a question. He thinks Kang-dae won't be able to answer it. Lee-hye secretly tries to give him a hint. He answers it correctly, which is great. Lee is totally into her handsome and smart deskmate. After school, Lee-hye is forced and dragged into the science lab by Woo-tae's gang. Kang-dae happens to see this scene as he walks by. Woo-tae's gang is demanding protection money from her. They even snatch the tuition money that Lee-hye worked hard to earn from part-time jobs. They have absolutely no pity. Just as these horrible guys are about to lay a hand on her, the door of the room gets kicked open in the next second. All they see is Kang-dae slowly walking in. Seeing Lee-hye with her clothes all messed up, Kang-dae immediately figures out what's going on. One of the henchmen tries to take a stand against him. The result is that he gets controlled in just 2 seconds. The others see this and rush over. They get completely taken out by powerful punches. Woo-tae sees this and has to step in himself. But with just one punch, his arm gets broken. He can only lay on the ground, twisting and groaning in pain. Just like that, Kang-dae successfully rescues Lee-hye from these guys. After this fight, the atmosphere in the classroom gets way more friendly and easygoing. But since that day, Lee-hye hasn't come to school anymore. In the afternoon class, Kang-dae is still distracted, thinking about Lee-hye. The homeroom teacher walks down and reminds the students. Every time he walks by, the students all sit up straight. Seeing that Kang-dae is still spaced out, the teacher immediately tries to walk over and tap him on the head. Who would have thought that Kang-dae's instinctual, quick reflex would grab him? He looks up and sees that the person is the homeroom teacher. That's when he lets go of his hand, after making Kang-dae go outside for punishment, so Kang-dae becomes a hero in everyone's hearts. During lunch break, Woo-tae is sitting and eating in the cafeteria. Even though he can't hold his spoon steady, he's still talking tough. He says when his injury heals, he's definitely going to make Kang-dae's teeth fall out all over the place. But right when they mention the devil, he shows up. This time, Kang-dae comes to Woo-tae to ask why Lee-hye isn't at school. But Woo-tae stutters and won't clearly say why. With no other choice, Kang-dae decides to go find the homeroom teacher and ask for a leave to find Lee-hye. The homeroom teacher agrees without thinking twice. Right after that, Kang-dae goes to the cafe where Lee-hye used to work part-time. However, the co-worker says that Lee-hye quit a long time ago. Kang-dae thinks he'll never see her again, but on the way home that day, he sees a familiar figure. Turns out, it's Lee-hye filling out the paperwork to drop out of school. Right now, she's found a job outside, a part-time job at a dance studio. Actually, Lee-hye comes from a poor family, but she's always had a dream of dancing. To make sure she gets the job easily, Lee-hye begs Kang-dae to sign the form as her older brother. Even though Kang-dae is an agent and has to always hide his identity, he still signs the form for her in the end. That's only because Lee-hye's love for art reminds him of his lonely little sister in North Korea. His sister is also super passionate about art, but right now, North Korea is watching her 24 hours a day to force Kang-dae to go to South Korea as an agent. Kang-dae needs to finish the mission given by the organization if he wants to reunite with his sister. Even his parents here are actually undercover North Korean agents in contacts. In the evening, Kang-dae goes for a walk with Lee-hye. Seeing a warm guy next to her, she is secretly happy. However, Kang-dae doesn't have any romantic feelings for her. He just sees her as his little sister. The two of them talk until night. It turns out that Lee-hye also has a tough life. Her parents died when she was really little. She relies on the little money she earns from part-time jobs every day just to get by. The next day, Kang-dae is trying to finish the mission fast, so he follows the clue from before and goes to the butcher shop. Under the threat of the gun, the butcher is super cooperative. He hands over the trader's identity, which is Park In-sun's license plate number. Then he begs Kang-dae not to kill him, and in the next second, he grabs an iron hook and tries to stab Kang Dae. Kang Dae uses his hand to push the piece of pork to block the iron hook in the guy's hand. Finally, he follows up with a punch. He totally finishes him off. After that, he uses the license plate info and successfully finds Park-in's car. Then he starts an ambush right there. Before long, Park-in shows up. Kang Dae immediately jumps on a motorcycle. He tails him closely, looking for the right chance to strike. Finally, when they stop at a traffic light, he gets the best chance. But Park-in ain't easy to deal with. With just one look, he realizes the danger. And right as Kang Dae pulls out his gun, Park-in slams the gas and speeds off. Luckily, he fires one shot that hits the rearview mirror. Then another shot hits the tire. It finally loses control and crashes into the roadside barrier. Kang Dae sees this. He slowly walks toward the front of the car. At this moment, Park-in is sitting in the car, unable to fight back. But when Kang Dae gets ready to pull out his gun to finish him off, he notices that the street is full of people taking pictures. To keep his identity secret, he has to give up. But Park-in takes a good look at Kang Dae. So that night, he leads his men right to Kang Dae's hideout. They find the fake parents that Kang Dae is living with there. The henchmen immediately pull the curtains shut without saying a word. Park-in pressures the fake mother about where the goods are. He asks if the diamonds are in the room or in the safe. He asks if he can let them live. Turns out, both sides are fighting over a shipment of diamonds. This shipment of diamonds is worth a ton of money. After getting the code to the safe that has the diamonds, Park-in is cold and heartless. He shoots the fake mother right away, finishing her off. At this moment, the fake father upstairs is wearing headphones and listening to music. He still doesn't realize the danger is coming. When he sees that the person who came as Park-in, he gets shot and killed instantly. Then, his henchmen leave after taking the diamonds. Park-in sits on the sofa and waits for Kang Dae to come back. Sure enough, Kang Dae comes home not long after. After seeing the dead bodies on the ground, he immediately figures out what happened. Then he unbuttons his shirt and rushes toward the guy. Park-in doesn't say a word. He flips the table and stands up. He throws a series of messy punches at Kang Dae, but in less than 3 seconds, Kang Dae easily stops him. After a few rounds, no matter how Park-in fights, he's still in the weaker position. He sees that he can't beat the young guy in a close fight, so he pulls out a gun. Luckily, Kang Dae is fast enough to grab his wrist. Even though he manages to toss the gun away, Park-in pushes him against the wall and lands a bunch of powerful punches on him. Kang Dae pulls the rope next to him. He flips over and tightly wraps the rope around Park-in's neck. The feeling of choking hits Park-in right away. Park-in pulls out a dagger at this moment. The attack changes the situation again. Kang Dae has to keep dodging. In a rush, he picks up a beer can and blocks the knife. After struggling for a while, Kang Dae makes his move first. Next, 2 quick hits take Park-in down. Even though he wins without getting seriously hurt, he still gets badly injured from it. Seeing his fake parents killed because of him, Kang Dae feels incredibly guilty. He also realizes that his identity and hideout have been exposed. To leave no trace and destroy the evidence, he cuts the gas line before he leaves. He puts the bloody weapon in the microwave. He gets on his motorcycle and rides out of this messed up place. In just a little bit, the whole villa immediately turns into a sea of fire. Such a big fire quickly gets the police's attention. They immediately seal off the crime scene. However, the police still find a clue in the evidence at the scene. They find Kang Dae's name on his uniform. Based on this clue, they find info about him not long after. Therefore, his North Korean agent identity is completely exposed. Kang Dae knows he can't stay here for long, so he goes to the contact point to go back home. He finds the old lady who's hiding out, but not long after, he passes out because of his serious injuries. Luckily, thanks to the old lady's careful care, Kang Dae recovers fast. He thinks he can go back home after everything is over. The result is that he gets a mysterious package that night. This is the last mission the organization gives him. It's to get back the diamonds stolen by Park-in's crew. The leader says that as long as he finishes this mission, he'll be able to reunite with his sister. Hearing this, Kang Dae happily agrees without even thinking about it. After that, Kang Dae uses the intelligence info and goes to the diamond trade location. He uses a silenced gun to quickly take down the 2 guards. Unfortunately, the other side still finds him. So this diamond deal has to stop. When one of the guys goes outside to check, Kang Dae is nowhere to be seen. Just when everyone doesn't know what to do, a grenade is suddenly thrown in. With a loud boom, the 2 leaders on the other side die right on the spot. One of the henchmen sees this. He grabs the suitcase and runs outside. He knows Kang Dae is around, so he risks it and looks for a pipe in the factory to hide in. However, this little trick is found out by Kang Dae right away. Before he finishes the mission and gets ready to go home, he also buys a sweater for the old lady. He thanks her for taking care of him over the past few days. After saying goodbye to the kind old lady, Kang Dae goes to Lee Hai's place again. He says his final goodbye to her as a friend. After settling everything, Kang Dae goes to the retreat point. The contact person tells Kang Dae that if nothing surprising happens, he can have breakfast in Pyongyang tomorrow morning. Kang Dae thinks he can finally reunite with his sister. However, he celebrates too soon. In the very next second, the contact person suddenly stabs him with a knife. But luckily, Kang Dae tries hard to deal with the intense pain and gets through it. He really doesn't get why a fellow countryman would do something like this. The contact person says he's too naive. He says no agent can ever go back to North Korea alive. Hearing these words, Kang Dae finally understands. Turns out, ever since they left, North Korean agents were always meant to be abandoned chess pieces. If they weren't killed by the enemy, they'd be abandoned and assassinated by their own country. And the real reason for his father's death is that his own country sent people to kill him on the way home after he finished his mission. In this desperate situation, Kang Dae tries hard to kill the contact person. He couldn't believe that he was so loyal to his country, but he ended up being heartlessly abandoned. Since he can't go back home, he can only drag his injury to find the old lady and ask for an explanation. But when he gets to the stall, he finds that a bunch of police have surrounded the place for a long time. Turns out, the old lady's identity has also been exposed. When the old lady sees Kang Dae in the crowd, she immediately screams at him to run fast. But the old lady still can't escape her fate. The police chief turns his head and looks back at this moment. He sees the sad Kang Dae in the crowd. He realizes something is wrong and immediately chases after him. But he still gets left behind by Kang Dae in the end. Kang Dae knows that he has nowhere to run now. He has nowhere to go. He finally drags his injury and hides at Lee Hai's house. Thanks to her quick treatment, he's temporarily out of danger. At the same time, Lee Hai also finds out Kang Dae's real identity from the news. But even so, she doesn't choose to call the police. She knows that Kang Dae's heart isn't bad. She knows he was forced to become an agent because of his sister. She finally decides to let Kang Dae stay there to recover. But the next day, Lee Hai goes to the supermarket to buy vegetables. She accidentally runs into the police chief. This time, the police chief is here specifically to find her. He knows that Lee Hai definitely knows where Kang Dae is, but she doesn't want to betray her friend, so she tries to cover things up. On the other side, the North Korean organization leader has kidnapped Kang Dae's sister to South Korea. This time, he's definitely here to get the diamond that Kang Dae has. Not long after, Kang Dae gets a call from the leader. The leader immediately tells him to bring the diamond to trade for his sister. He says if he doesn't, he'll kill his sister. Hearing this, Kang Dae immediately feels a chill in his heart. His sister is the only family he has in the world. He has to make sure his sister is safe no matter what. So early the next morning, he brings the diamond to the meetup spot. The sound of the motorcycle engine wakes up the sleeping Lee Hai. A strong sense of dread immediately washes over her. For Kang Dae's safety, she asks the police chief for help. Over here, Kang Dae has arrived at the meetup spot. Here, he finally sees the sister he's been missing day and night. He has no idea that as soon as he hands over the diamond, the person behind him is going to shoot and kill him right away. In this life-or-death situation, a gunshot goes off. Turns out the police chief's men have arrived. They successfully save Kang Dae's life. While the two sides are in a gunfight, he quickly chases after the car carrying his sister. But his two legs can't run faster than a car. Seeing his sister about to leave him again, luckily, a lot of police show up at this moment. They stop the car that kidnapped his sister. Kang Dae is relieved when he sees his sister is safe and leaves. After all, as an agent, he thinks everything can just end here. But he didn't expect that crazy organization to target Lee Hai. That night, Kang Dae gets another threatening call from the leader. He tells him that he absolutely has to hand over the diamond this time. He says if he doesn't, the person who's going to be hurt this time is his only friend, Lee Hai. Kang Dae knows it's all his fault that Lee Hai got dragged into this mess. This time he has to risk it one more time to totally finish things with them. So, before he takes off, he calls the police chief. He puts the phone by the door so the police chief can get his location. Then he decisively walks straight to the meetup spot all by himself. Kang makes sure to look around one last time. After confirming that Lee Hai is safe, he takes out the shipment of diamonds. Then he throws the diamonds hard into the air. While everyone at the scene is distracted, he quickly fires one shot, but he can't do much more because the other side has way more people and stronger forces. His shoulder also gets hit by a bullet because of that. He has no choice but to quickly hide in the room where they were holding Lee Hai. However, the other side's advantage in numbers is seriously too big. After a few rounds, he's forced to the point where he doesn't dare to stick his head out anymore. At this moment, Kang Dae sees a gas tank far away. He immediately and quickly throws the explosive he prepared. After tightly hugging Lee Hai, he decisively pushes the button to detonate the explosive. With a flash of fire shooting into the sky, the other agents fall down one after another. The two of them think they've safely gotten through the crisis. They didn't expect that as they're leaving, Kang Dae still gets grabbed by the guy. The assassin uses all his strength to pin him to the ground. Hearing the police sirens getting closer, Lee Hai immediately steps up to help. At the same time, the North Korean leader also wakes up. Just as he fires a shot to threaten him, luckily the police chief also shows up in time. But Kang Dae points the gun at the police chief at this moment. He signals that he can't go back home anymore. So now, even if he dies, he has to get freedom for his sister. Right after that, he quickly turns around and shoots at the leader. After a few gunshots, both of them fall down. Lee Hai faces the results she didn't want to see the most. The police chief rushes over and tightly hugs Kang Dae. Then he quickly drives him to the hospital. On the way, Kang Dae uses his last bit of strength. He finally keeps repeating his sister's name. Even if death comes, he has to make sure his sister is safe. In the end, because of his serious injuries, he sadly leaves this world. As the camera slowly pulls away, the outside world keeps moving. In the final part of the movie, the kind and good-hearted Lee Hai takes on the responsibility of taking care of Kang Dae's sister. She brings this girl who lost her brother into her life. She protects her like a real older sister. They'll lean on each other in their normal life after this. They'll continue the things Kang Dae couldn't finish. That's the end of the movie. Alright guys, as I promised, 5 random people will win prizes from our channel. All you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment "done" down below. Don't miss your chance. Winners will be announced soon. Thank you everyone. Bye-bye.